Our generation spends the most time on screens, consuming and not living life fully. You know, we just don't waste time. We waste a chance to squeeze the juice of life, this human life, precious life that we have been given. People don't realize what are they wasting. If you're constantly selling yourself to a screen, what are you going to get to? If you're constantly consuming, you will not live the life that you are meant to. But I have compiled a list of few things that I consider living life fully. I have made a simple diagram, and I would just read from that diagram and explain the things that I consider are actually living your life to the fullest, right? So, in no particular order, first thing on my list is to spend quality time with close friends and family. Because if you're not spending your time with your loved ones, you're not living life fully. You are wasting your time being alone, maybe consuming content, and spending time with strangers, which might have an impact on your life, but they can't compensate for a real one-to-one connection. And Harvard's longest study has confirmed that we humans are most satisfied, most happy when we have deep relations. So keep that in mind and let's move forward. Second thing is acquiring knowledge and wisdom. I feel that is life, living life fully, because without knowledge, without wisdom, you can have a simple life, but that would not be full, because with a few critical information pieces, your life can totally change. Let's assume you are a person from Democratic Republic of Congo and you live in a jungle for all of your life and you have never come in contact with internet. So because of that, as a consequence, you never learn new things which can totally change your life. For example, I learned about breath work from internet, and it totally changed how I breathe and how much life I can contain in my body, because breath is directly the most closest component of life. If you don't have breath, you're dead, right? Acquiring that critical knowledge gives you a chance to live life fully. Third thing is meditating and breathing. So this is a part of nervous system regulation, essentially taking care of this $1 trillion machine that you have been gifted with, and taking care of it mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I think meditation and breathing enables you to take care of yourself mentally and spiritually. So you, and physically as well, there is a lot of physical and physiological benefits of meditating and breath work. You could do that. Fourth thing is actually moving the body, exercise, because this body is meant to move. Its main function is movement. If you're not moving, you're dead, right? So back in the day, we used to walk no less than 15 kilometers of a day, right? On average, we were walking 15-20 kilometers a day. We were doing half marathons every single day, right? So move, not in just a linear way, like you're lifting weights like a certain way and you're walking a certain way. Try to explore different things. I was watching this podcast with Edo and Dr. Huberman, and they explored a lot of new things and using senses for different kind of movements. So we can explore that, because that is how we use this body, this machine that we are gifted with, to live life more fully. Fifth thing, doing things that we absolutely love, right? We should make a space in our day for our hobbies, because if you are just doing mundane things that are slowly killing you, please, you should have at least one thing that you really enjoy doing. Maybe it's reading fiction, maybe it's playing an instrument, maybe it's painting. Whatever it is, if you're doing that, you're fueling that creative urge. And your hobby might not be creative, it just might be like some expression or collecting something. You're just giving that space in your mind to explore what you really like, and that is living fully, right? And sixth, very important, creating value. creating actual value that impacts the society. Because human beings are by nature creators. From the ancient times, we created fire, we created tools to hunt, we created tools for farming. If we don't create and just consume, we would be deeply unsatisfied. So you could try creating a few things every single day and use your life force to make an impact in some people's life. Maybe you will become a legend. That leads perfectly to the final thing, which is service. When you start of doing service without any expectations in return, you something beautiful starts to happen within your heart. Your heart changes and you feel so much satisfaction, so much happiness that you are giving something and you're not expecting something, you're just making a positive change in their life. Maybe their life gets so much better after your service to them. First thing, we start with God. Living a God conscious life is a full, vibrant life because God's force come into your life when you're living a God conscious life. All of these things contribute to a full, lively life. And we're supposed to live that way. This brain was developed and coded for survival. It is not coded for a thriving, full, whole life. So you'll have to take deliberate action to make your life into a full, vibrant life. And since I have been doing that, I can see drastic changes in my life. Before, I would just spend 7 to 8 hours just consuming content, and God, that was such a bad phase of my life. When I'm doing all these things, I feel that I am using my life force much better. You could also write what living a full life means to you and maybe put them in comments. I would love to read those comments.